A new initiative has been launched to persuade wealthy countries, Australia among them, to help the world's poor. Millions still live below the poverty line, but there is at least one hopeful trend. Tens of millions of people in developing countries will now receive free healthcare.
At the United Nations Summit in 2000, almost every country in the world agreed to 8 goals. They were aimed at eradicating extreme poverty around the planet by 2015.
Which basically deal with issues of hunger, poverty, education, health, water and sanitation, women's empowerment.
Here in Australia, Make Poverty History is part of a global campaign urging those countries to follow through on their promise. The group is urging people to take part in their annual stand-up event on the 16th to 18th of October. Last year, almost 117 million people in over 130 countries took part.
The global economic meltdown has dealt a heavy blow to world efforts to eradicate poverty. But it should not diminish our resolve.
Under the Millennium Goals, 1.6 billion people have gained access to safe drinking water. Primary school enrolment in Africa has increased by 16%, and deaths from malaria have halved in countries which have had intervention programs.
Globally, the picture is a mixed picture. There are regions like Sub-Saharan Africa, regions like South Asia, there are parts of the Pacific region which may not be able to achieve all the Millennium Development Goals. But there are also bright spots.
Activists have been encouraged by today's announcement that 10 million people in developing countries will now have access to free health care. It came during a meeting on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly in New York.
In total, millions of children could have died as a result of our failure to abolish user fees. The evidence is stark, the reality is shameful.
Citizens of 6 developing countries will soon have access to the program.